Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring you guys a message for water signs. So if you're a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, this may be for you for the week of April 6th through the 12th. Do keep in mind it's a general message. I can't hit everyone's situation, but take what you feel resonates with you on a soul level and disregard the rest, my friends. Also know that no matter what messages we receive through the cards today, no matter what we get through spirit, it's still up to you and how you integrate this knowledge, integrate this guidance, the choices you make, the steps you take, and how you get your fulfillment, my friends, and that's personal power. So I'm feeling like focus on your power this week, right? Focus on the things that you can do actively in your worlds. For all my subscribers, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. At the end, if you feel like this is for you, if it's resonated, please feel free and join the journey with me. Hit subscribe, help me build my channel. It would be awesome to have you along this ride. So I'm going to take a moment just to ask Archangel Michael to jump in, to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible for the most far-reaching of messages, and only to deliver the messages for the highest good of those of us watching. As well as I would say, guys, if you are going to ask your angels or guides into your life, ask the same. Ask for top-notch advice and stuff that's only for your highest good. Also, I'm going to ask my team of light to join me as well. So I'm going to use the Animal Wisdom Tarot and get an overarching energy for the week ahead. Please, for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, April 6th to the 12th, please, is there a message? What would you have us know as an overarching energy? So I'm not reading reversals. You get the Queen of Feathers. Move my book here. The Queen of Cups, which is you guys, Queen of Shells, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So you have air here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, water. You have another water with the Ten of Cups and about family and happiness and wish fulfillment, about your cups all being full here. All being full, happy, as well as I see there could be a really important number for 5 here as well. And then we have Crocodile and Butterfly, Masters of Discernment. And I feel like this is important because in terms of this particular, I think it's an ibis, is balanced on a rock in the water, so still grounded firmly above the emotions, but in between the sun and the moon, kind of in between the masculine and the feminine. And I think it's really important here to nurture our perspectives as well. We have the sea turtle, this beautiful sea turtle swimming in emotion, being this wonderful nurturing creature, as well as the Ten of Cups here, the hippos being nurturing. And I feel like it's important here as well sometimes to discern around us the energies that are around us, as well as to discern your own reflection. So I'm going to get a little clarification on the Queen of Feathers, please, the Nurture of Feathers, and you get the Manatee, the Six of Shells. So I feel like there's a lot of heart energy here, a lot of this could also be a reunion with family. This could be nostalgia, longing for the good times, and thinking in our heads about the times that have made us happy, the people that have made us happy. Definitely could be nostalgia. Tell me about the Nurture of Shells, please, Spirit. And you get the Seer of Shells, the Penguin. And this is a page. And all pages in this deck have a bridge. Because a page acts as a bridge between here and something that hasn't existed before by taking those first steps. And I do feel like if this is two individuals, or if this is both the same aspect of you, it's asking you to seek the things that bring you happiness, contentment, peace in your hearts, and be discerning of that for yourself. And this could be as well a past relationship starting to bud, is what I'm hearing. There could be reunions of family as well if there's been split in the family unit. So, Spirit, tell me about the Ten of Shells. We'll do it this way. Tell me about the Ten of Shells, please. What does it look like here? Oh! Ouch! So it fell. It didn't hurt. I just said ouch for fun, I guess. But you have the donkey and the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like there's been some work that's needed to be done. There's been some changes as well within family dynamics, but I feel like the star being here is really important, is that whatever work has been done, it's not necessarily that it's backbreaking and hard. We have a tree behind us here as well, and all these different things here, because in our world we have so many different roles to play and so many different hats to put on, and we have as well as so many different facets of our life that I'm hearing like it's important to work in balance, to remain grounded and steadfast throughout this, to remain firm in our convictions, as well as to ensure that it's not, the load isn't being all put on one person, that this is sort of sharing a load. Tell me about Master of Discernment, please. The Guardian, so the King of Shells, and this is the Queen and the King, so this definitely could be relationship, family, you coming into full balance within your masculine and feminine as well. But this is the highest vibration of our hearts. This is being able to swim in the depths of the ocean to the bottom, but also being able to be warmed by the sun, being warmed by our emotions. Both of these cards are being warmed. I feel like but this particular card is discussing as well being a master of discernment in terms of how we feel, and as well as this particular shark, he doesn't look like he's ruthless as well. He sees that potentially his cup lies at the deepest part of the ocean. It may be, what I'm hearing is with this master of discernment, it may be a little bit more difficult for this shark to discuss his feelings, to discuss his mental space, or even to open up might be one of those things. So here we have the Six of Feathers again, being two sixes, and this is about often you see the Six of Swords as in a boat moving away, swimming to calmer waters. What I feel this is about is also filtering, that we're not hungry, right? There's ease here. It's like the fish is just jumping into this pelican's mouth. They're floating firmly on the water and leaving the feathers that have been rustled loose from before. They're not a real concern. The concern about is the meal in front of them, and going forward, the concern is livelihood. I feel like this week there could be major breakthroughs, is what I heard, in terms of relationship, family, how we identify ourselves, as well as a big shift forward to expressing our love, being more grounded, putting work into this relationship or partnership in a very loving and grounded and more balanced way, because it does take work, yes, to maintain this. To maintain this hippo energy, to maintain this sort of place of stasis or homeostasis and happiness within the family, happiness within ourselves. It takes some of that, but it's like that's so important here. It's so important to move through life's challenges in a loving way, in a way that is connected to our hearts. So they are asking for the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Branches. And this could be travel, this could be communication, this could be flashes of insight as well in terms of what work needs to be done. I'm going to ask about this Five of Fossils, please. Two of Pentacles, balance. Balanced, and the Seven of Feathers has come out in like all of my readings today. Clearing our mental and our mind space on what we've been told true happiness will look like, the flashy things in this world, clearing any confusion as well as to our roles within this relationship, I feel like, as well as if there's been any trickery or deception, or if anyone, I feel like with the 7 too, if anyone's kind of got in the midst of the relationship, of the partnership, working through that, and we'll pull another card, but maintaining balance. And also when we're balanced within our world, we're also a little less likely to fall victim to this kind of trickery. I also see this as confusion too. Tell me about the magpie, please. So heartbreak with the Three of Feathers and Bearer of Judgment with the Elephant. I feel like with this, some of us may have the work that may need to be put in has been a past situation that has caused heartbreak with these grosbeaks, which if you've ever seen these birds in real life, they're stunning and gorgeous. And the Justice wears its heart on its sleeve. So if there's been any sort of energy, lies, trickery, deception, just untruths, any theft of thoughts, anything like that, theft of peace, I feel like you're being asked to bring justice to the situation. Wear your heart on the sleeve, be grounded, connect to heaven, speak your truth, and some of the work is going to have to be on how do we balance this stuff, because if there's been negative stuff in the past, it doesn't mean it has to ring into this new cycle of relationship. And this is, I think, what is working to move past. So it'll be finding and maintaining balance through any heartbreak in the past. And sometimes our heartbreak doesn't come from actual things, it comes from perceived hurts, perceived trickery, things that maybe we weren't also looking at it from a proper perspective. So however this fits for you, whatever the situation is, but bringing justice means maintaining balance in our life, as well as remembering that this work that needs to be put in, it's not just by one person, right? It's in balance. It's two people or everyone in the family, however this works, but everybody kind of needing to pull together and make changes in balance. So I'm going to pull a message from the Work Your Light Oracle. And let's see, what do you have for water signs, please? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for the week of April 6th to the 12th, please. What messages do you have? I'm going to ask for a message of empowerment, please, for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for the week ahead. I heard being careful with our thoughts and conscious of our actions as well, right? How are our actions going to affect ourselves? How are our actions going to affect others? One card, please, Spirit, for the week ahead. Okay, what is some energy to work through that 5 energy? So the 5 of Fossils, to work through this, I have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. And you get Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Some of this work as well, and some of this heartbreak, the deception, could have been also past relationships, past lives as we put them, but something from your past. And this message could be honestly picking up from something from your past, something from a past life, something now, something that's starting to trickle in, however you feel it resonates for you. But I feel like what's really important here is some of the work we may need to do is to unbind ourselves from feelings of the past, relationships in the past who may have skewed our idea of reality, who may have fed us untruths and we lapped them up because of lack mentality, or heartbreak. Heartbreak as well is a big thing, because when we are hurt, when we have not healed these hurts, or we're not looking at them from a higher perspective, when we're not able to see them in a grounded or balanced way, we're still all up in the confusion area. This kind of stuff stays with us, and it can really poison and taint the relationships in the world around us and the vibes we give off, as well as how we perceive other people are treating us. And I know in my own life this has happened often with my hubby and I, honestly, where I get so mad at him for saying something, and he's like, I did not mean it like that, but I have taken it to mean this because of, my own wounding. And I feel like some of this is that we need to help release that old shadow aspect. So if you do know, if that stuff ring a bell with you and you know that sometimes this happens, try and remember or think back to why, why do I always think it like this? Some of this could come back from childhood as well, also past relationships, gaslighting, anything like abusive relationships that have had you kind of questioning your own sanity as well with this. But to help release it. So one of the things that you could do is have a release ceremony, write the things that you need to let go of and burn them in the sink, put water out or throw them in your fire pit if you've got a fire pit. You could even just imagine the situation being carried off in a giant bubble, and as you see it leave the Earth's atmosphere, you pop it and you ask it to transmute into the world with love, that you no longer are bound to these things. You could cut ethereal cords with people that you still may have energy with, or like a contract with. They've got here soul contracts. We may be still holding on to some soul contracts through communication or Facebook, even social media, and still having these people show up in our life. And if you're not, how can I put this? It's still a way for a hold to be on you, still a way for the energy transfer. So this could also be kind of going through your news feed, your friends list, clearing up some stuff and releasing relationships or people in your life that really have served a purpose, and to have them in your life would only do more negative damage. We have seeding the light as well here. One of the things I'm hearing is when it says laying foundations and divine plan, when we need to cut out the energy that we may have been bound to, release ourselves from old heartbreaks, release ourselves from ways that we have perceived going forward, our own worth or the truth of people, the truth of relationships, even the idea of what love could look like. As we release those old past life relationships or old stagnant soul contracts, as we do that, we're laying a foundation for our own world, because we're releasing a whole lot of darkness that's going to allow light in. So spiritual baths as well. You could kind of use sage, Palo Santo, selenite, something to help you kind of lighten up the energy, release the past, and know that seeding the light. I'm going to grab the book because I feel like that's important. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, on the seeding of the light. So one thing says, Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children. Another's may be to gather women in a circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we are incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of the plan. And so it has an activation. If you guys would like to repeat after me, you don't have to put the card over your heart because you don't have it, but you could use your hand, And as we do this, we're going to say, Beloved Anna, thank you for laying the foundations of the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be released, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. Say this 3 times to help integrate it. Beloved Anna, thank you for the loving foundations for the divine plan, or for laying the foundations of the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be revealed, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. Beloved Anna, thank you for laying the groundwork for the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be revealed, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. As we surrender our path, and ourselves to this idea of the divine plan, that each of us is a seed of light that is meant to do our part in this world, no matter how big or small we feel. Everything done in balance, again, doing our part with this 5 of fossils, doing our part in this world. As we start to release some of this old stuff and start to accept that, okay, as experiences come to us, as we experience things, we can discern in that moment whether or not, with judgment, whether or not this is for us, whether or not this is not for us. And it makes it easier in the future to start walking away from that energy that's no longer serving us, because we've done it. It's not easy necessarily to drop some of these burdens that we've held on to for a long time. But I feel like, especially for whatever situation was playing out up at the front, whatever relationship, whatever happiness, whatever feelings of family is coming, it's like the more you focus on that and the less we focus on the negative from the past, and the more work we put into this world in the here and now, and the more I feel like we heal our hearts, we move towards what is good for our hearts, the better off we will be prepared for this world. Basically, the better off we're going to be in this world. And I feel like the happier. As you start to release these soul contracts as well, you're just going to feel lighter, because you're not being bogged down in this energy as well. I keep hearing energy transfer. It does transfer to the people around you as well, as when we hold on to the stagnant energy, because we again have not healed ourselves. I'm going to ask these spirits, this is the past life oracle. Can you tell me, what are we working to unbound? What are we working to remove? Releasing soul patterns, contracts, past life. Is there anything that would be helpful to remove? Are there any blocks? Thank you. Finances. Some of you could be experiencing a little financial difficulty, maybe just feeling like you don't have as much money as you'd like. We do have love life here as well at the bottom. You know, it could be as well, like for this 5 of Pentacles, that you're feeling like the love's all here. There's so many hearts, but we keep working hard, and we just don't feel like we have enough money or enough resources to move forward, or to, you know, take the next step in the relationship, next step in the endeavor, new house, new car. We don't, you know, we're having trouble meeting ends meet, that kind of thing with this love life. This could be both people as well, just doing their part to kind of see, okay, again, how am I using my finances? Is there any way that we can kind of, that we can save? And if one person is spending more than the other, it's going to take 2 people to rein this in. Are there any other blocks? Forgiveness as well is a big one. If you're coming from a situation that from the past, as the 6 of Shells suggests, if we're coming back to a relationship, we're going to need to bring forgiveness to the past. If we don't, if we continue to carry on all of that heartbreak, all of the deception, anything that has not worked in the past, we're carrying an old relationship back. What needs to happen is discussion about the past, but both parties need to, I feel like, be willing to put the past in the past and leave it there. If something comes up where there are reoccurring themes, like money could be a reoccurring theme in love life, feeling like some of you may have had partners use you before for money, and that's something as well that you have to see clearly each time. Releasing soul patterns may be that you're seeing for once, or for the first time, or for you've seen it before but now you have an idea on what to do. If you're seeing how finances have played a significant role in past relationships, it's time to really reevaluate that. You know, cut the cords with the past, bring forgiveness to it as well, and put in place movement forward. So for example, if finances have been a hardship between you and someone, finding a way to budget, maybe drawing out a budget together that would work for both. I'm hearing as well, one of you may make more than the other. That could be an issue as well for you. But bringing forgiveness for any times there's been fights over money. Money is one of the things as well that can bring so much stress to a relationship. Thank you. And you get monk or nun. So someone may also, I heard vow of celibacy. And you have Asia. Some of you as well may be in Asia. You may have past life there, relationships there. We also have Greco-Roman. And they want me to take the top, which is wisdom. Oh, that's perfect. So of all the different things that we could have experienced in this world, it's asking us to take the wisdom. We may have had a past life as well where we were very high up in spiritual, like clergy as well, as what I heard. But bringing forgiveness to our worlds, and Buddhism as well, but Asia's huge. There's a lot of different places classified as Asia. So if you've been interested in Asian culture, Asian heritage, taking a trip once it's finally safe to do so, I'd suggest maybe that's what it is. There could be finances saving up for trips as well as with Greco-Roman. There could be just some things from these time periods where there's still wisdom left to learn, as well as what I'm feeling is the finances could even be coming from this kind of Greco-Roman period, and the differences between money and who had it, who didn't, kind of stuff. The words are not coming to me that I'm trying to think of right now, guys. So I'm going to pull one message from the Earth Magic Oracle on how to kind of ground ourselves through this. Okay, so these cards. The top one is blessings. Always be willing to look at the lesson that was here, the wisdom at the end of the storm. Ebb and flow. To go with the ebb and flow of our emotions, and to remember that each day brings a new sunset, that the ocean is powerful and turbulent, and again, unpredictable. So we need to be able to understand as well that we're going to have powerful and turbulent emotions at times. It's how we deal with these. We have reflection as well here with the winter solstice, movement with river, and ancestors. And I feel like in generations, you really may be moving through something that has been generation after generation for you, has been a family tradition as well, or a family trait. And I feel like by looking at the reflection, by understanding the stillness of the winter solstice, will bring movement and be able to kind of clear out any of this energy, as well as this particular stuff may have to do with ancestral lineage from ancient Greco-Roman or Asian heritage. So you have shaman at the bottom of here, which is really bringing healing on a wider scale, a very large scale healing within this family unit. And it is, often as one of us within a family heal, those that are open to listening or helping you with your healing, they're going to be releasing old patterns and healing as well. And as we kind of heal things that have kind of built up generationally, for example, snakes, oftentimes snakes and fears are associated with things our parents were afraid of. And if we're able to release those kind of lines of fear, that coming forward, we're going to have a whole lot less fearful of the next generation. That's one of the things to say. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. I hope that you have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.